Alright YouTube, welcome to another video. And today I have 3 fire alarms, but they're actually different. But I only have the Simplex addressable pull station, and I have the Gentex Commander 3 horn strobe, and the System Sensor L series strobe. We'll be starting off with our Simplex pull station first. So our first device we have is our Simplex dual action T-bar. So the reason why it's dual action because it has a little push part. So to pull this, you press it in and you pull down. And then this pull station takes a Simplex B key, which I do have right here. I'm gonna reset it. Close it. And then now normally this device can be addressable, which means if you have like a fire alarm addressable panel or addressable fire alarm annunciator, these things can be connected to any zones or floors. So to pull this, let's say if you pull down the fire alarm on zone 2, it can show you on the 2nd floor and stuff like that, you know. And then if I look in the inside, we're gonna read the basics about what it says. So on the top says fire alarm. Let you know this is the fire alarm. Push, pull down, Simplex. Of course, this one has like a little LED here. That means it could be addressable. And then if I look in the inside of this pull station, zooming this up. In the inside, you have a button. So in the inside of this pull station has a little button in the inside. So basically, when the fire alarm pull station is closed, the button will automatically be pushed. And if I flipped out that sticker, you see these dip switches here. You'll have 8 dip switches. I think you might have like your address set on 4 or 2 or 8, whatever. So, yeah. And then as you can see, this little LED thing right here, this LED is right here. So that means it's for that. And you see this thing right here? This is called a tube. So basically, the tube lines out that little hole. So basically, if the fire alarm pull station is closed, the LED thing will go through the tube. It comes out that little front. And somebody actually pulls down the pull station, the LED does blink. So, yeah. Let's close this. And then, I'm going to show you how to, the push bar. How to see how the push bar will work. So, if I open up the pull station again, you see I'm pushing the push bar. If I'm pushing the push bar right now, these tabs are moving. So basically, if the fire alarm pull station is open, the push bar will not work because these tabs are actually moving. It can automatically do it. And also, when the fire alarm pull station is closed, the spring will actually work. Because the back right here. So basically, when these tabs can be held together the tabs can be actually held back to this back right here, which can actually snap in the push bar, but if you do that, you might snap it out. So, but it still works. So basically, if the fire alarm pull station is open, the push bar will not work because it's open and those tabs are moving. So basically, when the fire alarm pull station is closed, the push bar will work. See? And here's the model number. The model number is right here, 4906-9006. So. And then, to close this, you close it. Close the pull station, you close it. So, without pushing the push bar right here, you can automatically pull it down. Just like that. And here's the logo, says Simplex. And we flip over to the back here. You'll see some of the screw terminals. So if there are 4 screw terminals on the back, of course, I think those screw terminals down the bottom are for the, oh, why is this thing? Oh, shoot. Never mind. I thought it was something. Alright, so over here you have your screw terminals, of course. So I think those bottom wires are for the LEDs, for the little LED part right here. And also, these are for the alarm only. So. But, yeah. See how just see it as a little click. I'll give this one more pull and then we're gonna keep going. And yes, I'm gonna show you how to take off the push bar right now. To take off the push bar, you see these things, these two tabs, you can automatically push them back up, and basically, and also the push bar will actually fall. And basically, if the fire alarm pull station is if the fire alarm push bar, will actually fall off, you might push one of these tabs in, and it can automatically fall off. And if you don't want to lose it, you may keep it on. And I'm gonna show you how to place it in. So to place this in, all you really have to do is just squeeze these two tabs, squeeze it in, and then put them on. Like place them in. See that? I guess one more pull, we have to get out to the other pull stations. Sorry about that, the camera just fell off, but let's try one more pull, then we're gonna head up to the other pull station. Okay? Yeah, and basically, if somebody pulls a fire alarm in the building, you cannot push it back up. Because, like, if you, like, do that, you might break it. That's not my only option. So that is a simplex dual action pull station. So our next fire alarm device is our Gentex Commander 3 horn strobe. So, of course, this is a Gentex Commander 3. Of course, this one is in red. The model number of this one is GEC3TOPWR. And as you can see, it's a horn strobe. Because, as you can see, you have the strobe right here. You have the strobe, then you have a horn. And then it's made from Gentex. And then right here, you have the candela selector. So this thing right here is called the candela selector. So basically, this little square, we're going to actually tell you about what number candela, which is on. So basically, if you're like trying to set on this candela is actually for the strobe. Let's say if you like want to switch it like to 75 candela, you can automatically take the cover off and you may switch it too. But something a little wacky about this one is they have 275 candelas here. See that? Yeah, they have 275 candelas. This one down here is supposed to be 110. You know? And this one right here, you have the dip switches. So the dip switches are for the horn if you want to change the tone here too. And the strobe is for something else. For batteries, adapters and batteries, stuff like that. And I'm going to show you here. So right here you have your screw terminals here. Of course, they're for the wires connect for strobe and horns. So this one right here, those two right here are the screw strobe positives right here. Of course, that's one I was missing a screw. I think I lost one. And that one right here is strobe negative, which is this screw, horn positive, horn negative. And then you could also mount it onto the wall or stuff like that. So if it's a Gentex Commander 3, which means that this one can be could be in an indoor use alarm. And also if a fire alarm can be like a Gentex Commander 2, that's going to be an outdoor alarm. Like if somebody pulls on the fire alarm, the alarm will activate. And then the model number once again is GEC3TOPWR. Of course, I made that right. And this one is actually made from February 2003. I think this is almost old. Really old. But the alarm still works. But right here, this one's actually a fire alarm because like normally it says fire on both sides. See that? It actually says fire on both sides. And basically when the fire alarm keeps going, if the fire alarm's going to go off, the horn's going to go off, and the strobe's going to go off, too. And also, some fire alarms can have, like, a fire logo right here. But the Gentex Commanders, if it has a remote strobe, it could have, like, a fire logo here. But if it's a horn strobe, they do not. They do not even have a fire logo. But it only has, like, a Gentex logo, which is right here. Alright, so that is, and also one more thing, some Gentex Commanders, like a Gentex Commander 1 can have like a smaller horn here, a smaller piece of horn, and then, but the Candela could be like from down here, I think. So that's going to be like a Gentex Commander 1. If it's a Gentex Commander 3, that's going to be multi-Candela. If it's a Gentex Commander 2, that's not multi-Candela, that's going to be like an outdoor rated alarm. So that is a Gentex Commander 3 indoor rated fire alarm horn strobe. So here's our last fire alarm that I'm showing you for you guys today. So this one right here is my System Sensor L series remote strobe. Sorry. This is my System Sensor L series remote strobe. Of course, this one right here is a fire alarm because, as you can see, well, it does have fire alarm lettering, but as you can see, both sides, I can actually say fuego on it. So, which means that thing could have like a Spanish fire alarm. Like, so let's say if you have you're in a Spanish building, you might see one of these fire alarms that can actually say fuego on there, but that could be different too. And I'm going to show you this. So this fire alarm is actually multi-candela, because as you can see, on the back there's like a candela selector, and I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this, like, I know you guys. You unscrew it. No. Alright, so right here, you have the candela selector, which is here. So the candela selector will be on 15. Oh, shoot, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, I can't do that. Alright, so you got 15. This is actually multi-candela. You might switch these candelas everywhere. And then right here you have your mounting bracket. Now, like, normally, if you want to have like the alarm, so those right here, those are true positives, and that one's the strobe negative, or I could say horn strobe negative. All right, and after that, after you're done wiring, you mount those into the wall, and then you're done. So, I don't know how to mount this. I don't know how to mount this on. There we go. And after you're done installing the mounting bracket, you're going to put on the alarm. And then you screw it in all the way. Make sure it's tightly, because if it's loose, it's going to break. Alright. And that's, so some fire alarms can have like a little horn right here. But like some fire alarms do not even have the horn. But this one's actually a remote strobe. It's just a strobe only version, not a horn strobe version. So, yeah. And also some fire alarms, like the System Sensor L series ones, can have like a protective color lenses that you can put on the strobe. But if you want to do that, that's fine. And also you can have like one of these covers too. So, yeah. Alright, so those are my 3 different kinds of fire alarms. The Simplex, the System Sensor L series, and the Gentex Commander 3 horn strobe. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please comment, subscribe. And then this is Leo Sada signing off, and have a good night.